Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. Today we're getting into the Porsche. We are gonna have a muck around with this exhaust. So here's a quick clip of what it sounds like now. I'm a little bit, I don't know, just doesn't sound as Porsche as I want. And I don't know if what I'm going to do now is going to make it any different. But so today I'm going to get in and have a go at change the muffler. So I've got another one, I'll show you in a second. But for the moment, I'll show you what it looks like under here at the moment. So we have two outs. So yeah, your headers on both sides, into the big hot dog, and then out one end. And so my plan is to maybe either come out of the center or have one off on either side, and yeah, hopefully make it a little bit more free flowing, save a little bit of weight because this thing is heavy as hell. Just see what happens. So it's a bit of an experiment. I haven't gone out of my way and spent too much on this. It's a muffler that I've got off a car, and it should work, I think. I've measured it up and we'll give it a go. I haven't spent too much, I just want to have a muck around. I'm in lockdown at the moment, so see what happens. I got two of these. So this is what I'm playing with. Let's get this rubbish out of the way. So originally it's a single entrance here that goes around. There's a baffle here, and then it just goes out into the tailpipes. So my thought is, here, I cut another hole to see how it worked. And so my thought is, if I have that about there, those I'll cut off and point out that way. So I can't hold and talk. Those I'll cut and rotate to however it works. This I'm gonna cover up. I cut a hole in because I was having a bit of issues, but I'll show you why in a little bit. Yeah, so I cut a hole to see what was going in there, but my plan is, if I have it like that, just say I'm gonna have, like that even, so it's opposite sides. I'm gonna have the exhaust come in this end, shoot into here and into here on this side, and then mix and then out the pipes. So I really have no idea how it's gonna work or how well it's gonna go, but we're gonna try. So first up, I'm gonna pull the exhaust off that and see what we work with. Okay, so here we go. I had the flanges and I had to make them a little bit bigger. It's not the nicest, but this is just an experiment to see if this is going to work. So put that one on there, and that one, that one. So they all bolt up nice. Actually, I've got to chuck some gaskets in there first. But also this, I'm going to chop these off now because I need to get it situated where I want it. But it should sit up in there somewhere like that. Pretty similar to how the factory one was, and it is quite a bit lighter. I'm guessing it's got less stuff in the inside of it, so maybe it's going to be a bit louder. I got enough room every which way to mount it up and give me a little bit of wiggle room and space. So going to chop those ends off, bolt those on, put some gaskets in, and I'll see if I can sit this up so we can start making some pipes. Okay, so I have used packers. When I used to work in the exhaust shop, I was never any good, but I did it alright. Packers were everything because you could just shim something up a little bit or down a little bit, and this bit is giving me the space I need between the bump bar and the muffler, and this is just giving me the perfect height on where the muffler should sit. I could make it a little bit higher, but then the pipe out of the engine into the muffler makes no difference, and it's not the lowest part of the car anyway, and it should, once I fix this panel up, hopefully it should go alright. I can clean that up and it should blend in pretty well. It should be nice and smooth and all that good stuff. So now I've got my outlets up here, so these I can either come out here, dump onto the ground. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but we'll see what happens. So now I'm going to spend a few minutes, probably more than a few, just making this piece and seeing how I can get it to work. So here goes to head scratching and painfulness. Okay, another hole, and I've realised, I don't know if you can, let me go, torch. But the out pipe has a shield on it, so hopefully that means my exhaust will go through here into these baffles and then into this main area instead of just straight through the side of that piece, straight through the side of there. So that's good. Let's see what happens. So now I get back on the car and see if I can get it to line up. So after lots of grinding and cutting and all that kind of stuff, I think I have it pretty good. The gap up here and around the back is a little bit big, but it's only a test. I have another muffler. I'll probably end up making a new one and doing it a bit nicer, but I want a proof of concept, I guess. Cut that out. I ended up doing the whole saw as you've seen, and then I ended up trimming and trimming and trimming. Now I'm going to tack it all up, tack it onto the flange, and then that way this side's all set. I can jump onto the other side and I don't have to keep jigging it up both times. So time for the welder. I'll weld just here, a couple here, and then around the flange, and then give it a good weld after I pull it out, and then jump onto the other side. That should move from now. Let's pull it off and weld the rest of it up and chuck it back on. Okay, so I went ahead and I just did the other side. So that's this side. I stuffed up and went bigger than I needed to and had to fill it in. Bit of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Now, I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm just going to weld this on like a full patch. If I need or I want to put the exhaust out the back, I'm going to have to put a cutter hole and flange it anyway. So I need to weld this up no matter what. So what I'm going to do, these two are done. I'm going to run the exhaust out of here, weld this up, and see what it sounds like. If I don't like it, or I don't like the look of it, I'll put some holes in here. So next up, patch on here. Chuck it on. I still have to go and I'm going to have to order some longer ones of these, as it's just not going to fit and there's no use trying to make them fit. I'm not going to drive it anywhere at the moment. I'm just going to start it up and hopefully make it sound good. But I'm going to bolt this up and then get the tailpipes and see if they're going to look any good. I'm just going to run it like that, I think. Yeah, it's not the prettiest, but you don't really see it. You know, it's nice and covered and you don't have the exhaust sticking out and nothing. So two of them, and I'll weld them on and we'll give it a start. Okay, so we're pretty close to being done. Exhaust is all in, as you've seen, and then I had those tips there and I've welded them on. I had to sit in front of the camera and weld them on, so I didn't film it. And it starts off and it sounds alright. So I don't know if I've improved it. I've saved some weight, but I don't know if it's any different. So
I'll show you underneath, start it up, and I think that's going to be the end. So let's have a look and you can tell me. Okay, might not be able to hear me, but it's running. Let's have a look. So, might be a bit better. Here they are welded on, so I've kind of got them angled out a little bit. That piece has gone all rusty. There's my hose clamps. And there's the other one. So it's not too bad. I think it's alright. As you can tell, it sounds a little bit different, I think. Maybe I need to go back and listen to the start of the video. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Hit me up. Tell me if it sounds any different. I have no idea at the moment. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.